Hello friends, welcome to our channel Mechanical Motivator. In this video, we are going to see a basic problem on hexagonal pyramid. So previously we have made many videos on Unit 3, projection of solid. If you haven't seen all those videos, kindly have a glance of it so that you will be having a better understanding. Now we almost came to the end of the unit. In this video, I will be explaining the question, then I will be explaining how to write given data, then I will be telling how to draw the diagram step by step. So listen carefully, and if you have any doubt means just keep a pause and play and keep on proceeding the problem. So here what they gave is a hexagonal pyramid of base side 30 mm. The first thing which should come to our mind is what kind of solid we are going to draw. We are going to draw hexagonal pyramid. Hexagonal pyramid means base diagram will be an hexagon. So hexagon of base 30 mm and hexagonal pyramid altitude 75 mm. So base and height they are given. Then what else? Rest on HP on one of its base edge. So resting will be on HP. Okay, it's clearly given. Resting is on HP and base edge orientation will be a edge orientation. Okay, so you will be getting a doubt. What kind of hexagon we need to draw? There are two types of hexagon we can draw. One is this way and the other is this way. Okay, two kinds of hexagon we can draw. So here they clearly mention the base edge is resting on HP. Base edge means this is the base edge and this is the base corner. So we will be moving with this one and we should not draw this type of hexagon. So hexagon which we are going to draw is the first category, this type of hexagon, and we know very well it's resting on HP. So we are going to draw the base diagram of the hexagon in HP and then we will be proceeding with the diagram. So initially you just follow, and I think so it's very clear and understandable from the question and how we have to draw the base diagram. The first step is we need to draw the reference line. Draw the reference line, write as X, Y, VP, HP. Then we know very well we are going to draw hexagon. Hexagon will be our base diagram and we are going with the first one as I said before. So how to draw this hexagon you know very well. So this is your base. Base will be 30 mm. So this is 30 mm. So start here and try to complete the hexagon how you will be completing. Okay, after that naming will be A, B, C, D, E, F. So this is the top view of the hexagon. And after that you need to identify the axis. See here, just to join B to E and A to D, you will be getting a center point. That point is called as the O. Then join OF and OC. So OA, OB, OC, OD, OE are called the slant edge. Here we won't find a true slant edge. Reason is, see, both OD and OE are not parallel to XY line. So here we don't find any true slant edges. So these are normal slant edges. Keep those in mind. And right now we have completed the top view of the diagram. By extending it, we can find the front view of the hexagonal pyramid. So next step is we are going to draw the front view of the diagram. Since it's pyramid means we know very well the front view will be a triangle. If it's prism means the front view will be a rectangle. So you know how to draw the front view. Okay, so they are clearly given the altitude is 75 mm. So you have to try to keep your scale on F so that you will be getting a point here. So from the reference point, from the reference axis from this point, draw a line for 75 mm. Okay, the length of the line should be 75 mm. From this point, draw 75 mm. You can get the apex point. This point is O dash. So keep your scale at E so that you will be getting a point here. Keep your scale at E so that you will be getting a point in reference axis as this point. Just join all the 2 points. Just connect this O dash with this point. Just connect O dash with this point. So that now we have formed the triangle. And for writing the naming, just follow what I say. So when you look from here, see when you look from here, you can see B but you can't see A. So B dash bracket A dash. When you see from here, you can see C but you can't see F. So C dash bracket F dash. When you see from here, you can see D, you can't see E. So D dash bracket E dash. Like this we have to name it up. So right now we have completed the front view and top view. Dimensioning part I will tell later on. I just dimension here for your reference. 75 mm is the height. That is from this point to O dash is 75 mm and base is 30. So when you start drawing the diagram, you should keep the base as 30 and complete the hexagon. So we have completed the front view and top view of the hexagonal pyramid. The next step is we are going to transfer this diagram here. For that we are having one need, that is the triangular face containing the resting edge is perpendicular to both HP and VP. So see, these two are the triangular faces, that is O dash, B dash, A dash is one triangular face. O dash, D dash, E dash is another triangular face. We can keep any triangular face because they haven't mentioned anything. Any one of the triangular face should be perpendicular. So what I did is I just taken this side O dash D dash E dash triangular face I am just keeping here. How I am keeping? Take your scale, measure from O dash to D dash. Measure from O dash to D dash. Whatever distance, just keep that distance vertically 90 degree. This angle is 90 degree. Then only the triangular face will be perpendicular to both HP and VP. So this is the concept. Measure O dash, D dash, E dash. You just keep as it is. Just keep as it is vertically. Okay. Then take your compass. Measure from O dash to B dash. Measure from O dash to B dash. From O dash, cut an arc. Then take your compass. Measure from D dash to B dash. From D dash, cut an arc. These two arcs will intersect at one point. That point is called as this. Now we have formed a triangle. Next step is measure from B dash to C dash. Measure this distance. Measure from B dash to C dash. The same distance you have to mark it up here. Measure B dash to C dash. For the same distance you keep a point and just join with the O dash. Now we have formed a triangle. The next step will be, we will be projecting all the points vertically. This point, this point, this point and O point vertically, and these 4 points horizontally, and then we will be identifying the intersection point for drawing and completion of the diagram. Now we have just extended all the points. See here, we have extended this point, these points vertically, and we have extended F, E, D, C horizontally. Now we will find the intersection point. See, this A and this C will intersect here. This B and this B will intersect here. This C and this C will intersect here. Similarly, we will be finding for D, E, F, and this O and this O will intersect at this point. Now cleanly watch how to identify the hidden points. So according to our concept, identify a point or edge which is touching on reference line or lying on reference line. So this is the only edge or edge is lying on reference line, that is D1 dash and E1 dash. Identify what are the points connected to it. See here OD and OE. So when we see from here, the problem here is OE and OD are coming outside the outer edge of the object. So it should be shown visible only. So OD and OE, we can't show it hidden since it's outer part of the body or outer part of the solid, so it should be visible. Next is DC and EF. See here, DC is also outer edge of the solid, and EF is also outer edge of the solid. So in this sum, we don't have any hidden objects. So just join all the points so that you will be getting the solution. So it's very clear that since the hidden points are coming away from the solid, that is outer edge of the solid, we won't consider it as hidden. So in this sum, there is no hidden. Just connect all the points so that you will be getting the solution. See how I am joining. See how you have to join. Join A1 to B1, B1 to C1, C1 to D1, D1 to E1, E1 to F1, F1 to A1. One off is over. Next we have to consider slant edges. O1 to A1, O1 to B1, O1 to C1, O1 to D1, O1 to E1, O1 to F1. Now whatever you got, whatever I have drawn with my yellow color chalk is your solution, and kindly you have to draw these pink color lines and all, you should be drawn very lightly. These are not called extension line. So extension line should be seen, but it should not be seen darkly. So only the yellow color, whatever thing I drawn with yellow color chalk is your solution. It should be drawn with a HB pencil. The extension line should be drawn with a 2H pencil. It should be very light. And coming back to the dimension, this is the extension line, 2H pencil. This is the dimension line, H pencil, and 75 and arrowhead should be HB pencil. Same here, extension line 2H, dimension line H, number and arrowhead HB, and try to rub the unwanted lines. So these arrowheads are unwanted, you can rub it off so that your diagram will be looking good, and try to rub unwanted or extended lines so that your diagram will be looking good. And no need to mark 90 degree because it's perpendicular means automatically 90 degrees, so no need to mark the angle at all. See, rub these lines and all. Okay, and heading, projection of hexagonal pyramid. The height of the text should be 10 mm and it should be drawn and written very legibly and capital letter. Height of the text is 10 mm. This is the heading, and all dimensions are in mm, scale 1:1. The height of the text is 5 mm. Both the lines should be written at the right bottom corner of your A3 sheet, and you have to draw the border 20 mm from left, 10 from top, 10 from here, 10 from here. So remaining 3 sides 10 mm, from left hand side 20 mm you have to leave, and you have to use a pro circle circle for writing the question number. So this is the way you have to present your diagram so that you will be getting full 20 marks. I think so it's very clear. In case if you have any doubts, you can type in the comment section, or if you want us to make a particular video on a particular sum also, you can type that sum or type the sum model, so that we will be uploading the videos regarding whatever doubts or whatever queries you are having. And almost we have completed the third unit, and I hope so in future I will be uploading for unit 4 and 5 successfully in this similar manner. So just show your support by subscribing our channel and staying tuned with our channel. We will be bringing all engineering graphics video to your doorstep, so that it will be very easy for you for preparation during your examination. Kindly share the video to your first year students, and stay tuned with our channel. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day.